Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make custom texture painting brushes completely inside of Blender, so no external software needed. It's a really cool trick and I've been using it for quite a while. Before we get into it, I just want to say that I'm going to be working on a tutorial series, a multi-part series, and I might not upload next week because of it. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so I have a new Blender file open, and the first thing you're going to want to do is go up here where it says 3D viewport and switch that to the image editor. Right here you can see it's blank. Just create a new image. Make sure this is very low resolution because this is going to be your brush. I'm going to set mine to 128 by 128. Give it a name like brush, and make sure the color is set to black and turn off the alpha. So we have here this black image, but what we want to do is switch this view over here to paint, and now you can paint on top of this image. So go ahead and just paint your brush. You can change the strength with Shift F, and you can change the size with just F. And these are the two main components in making a brush. So I'm going to start with a very low strength. About in the center, I'm going to click it a few times, and I'm just going to increase the strength and click around it a few times to make this nice, soft, spotty little brush. Alright, so that's looking pretty good to me. I might do a little bit smaller ones, but for the most part, this kind of brush looks great to me. You can also add scratches by making it the smallest it can be and turning up the strength. That'll give you scratches. If you have a higher resolution image, it'll look a little bit better. But here is my brush. So now that I have that brush painted, and you can spend as much or as little time as you want on this, after you have that painted, you can go ahead and go to texture paint. And you're going to want to switch your mode to single image if you're going to save it as an image, or material if you're going to use it as material. In this case, I'm going to use single image, and I'm going to hit new. This one has to be pretty high resolution. Make sure your object is UV unwrapped well, or else texture painting isn't going to work very great. So here I just have it started as black. Alright, so right now you're in this tool tab up here, and you're going to want to go all the way down to the bottom to this red area right here. You're going to click new, and you're going to click this little drop down menu and select your brush. So now go back up to this tool area, go down to where it says texture. It should be already applied. If it's not, you can just go ahead and apply it here. In your mapping, you want it to be random. Now if you turn up your size and stuff, you should see that this brush is actually working. Alright, so there's also different types of brush strokes for painting, and I think there's one that actually works really well for this. So you go over here, I can't remember what the default is, but I have it set to airbrush right now. So go ahead and select anchored, and you're going to notice that this one is incredibly different from the other ones. All you do is you drag it, it changes size, you can rotate it any way you want, and it places the image like that. So you click and drag and you can place your images everywhere. I think it's really cool. So yeah, if I was to texture paint using this method, this is probably how I would do it. I don't know, I feel like the dots and the airbrush, it doesn't work as well because it paints all this black area. I know there is a way to fix that, but I cannot for the life of me figure it out. So I usually just use anchored, and anchored honestly looks the best. There's also some different settings like this jitter, which moves the thing away from your cursor. That's not relevant to anchored, but if you switch to something like airbrush, you can see that it actually places them outside of my cursor. So useful maybe, but unless if you're painting in this menu, probably not. Yeah, there's a few other settings for this, but for the most part, it really doesn't matter that much what you choose. For the most part, the base image is what's going to make it look the best. You can obviously change the color any way you want it. So this is really great for making roughness maps. It's really great for separating metal from rust, for making all sorts of different maps, as well as just painting a texture. So I just wanted to show you guys that. I thought it's pretty cool. I've been using it for quite a while now. Not so much lately, but when I was making game assets, I definitely used this. It's just really helpful, and I hope this helps you guys out.